Hey, pupper dogs. What's up, girl? Good boy. That's a cute dog. Welcome to another journey on Corey's Garage. So we found out the rear end is basically not usable in Eddy's 78 Camaro. So, done some thinking, and I've watched on a few other YouTube channels a place down here by Ada, Oklahoma called D&H Classics. I called them and I saw an ad on Marketplace where they had some of these second-gen Camaros stacked up. So I called, talked to the guy who runs it, and man, talk about easy to work with. I asked if he had one in a car, because if you notice at the other junkyard that we're at, all the axles that are sitting outside, all of them were full of water. And I was explaining to him what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a rear axle to put in this car that's going to work. It's got close to the same ratio. And so he went and picked the car up, pulled the inspection cover for me, did all that stuff, and I hadn't paid him anything yet. And I mean, just like so easy to work with, man. Send me pictures, all that stuff. I told him I'm gonna be heading your way Tuesday morning. You know, they're waiting on me down there. I'm about probably 30 minutes out, and I just want to, right off the bat, the customer experience has been top notch, man. It's actually 10 times better than what I dealt with at the other junkyard. So if you want to do business with these guys, I think it'd be a pretty good place to do it. And they look like they have quite a bit of cool stuff, so I'm kind of excited to get down there. But yeah, that's our goal. He's got a rear end for Eddy's Camaro that we're going to go run down here and snag. And if you notice, I got the mom vehicle, I got the Yukon. My GMC chewed up the carrier bearing a couple of days ago, so I think in the 8 years we've owned this Yukon, I've maybe pulled this car trailer 3 times, and I've only pulled one car. I pulled a little motorcycle and my lawnmower. That's the only thing I've used to pull this trailer with. So, or that's the only thing I've used this Yukon to pull with. I don't use it to do any work stuff, and it's kind of pointless when you got a heavy-duty truck that, you know, you don't care if it gets dirty and got tools and all that. Like, I'd much rather be driving that. However, sometimes you got to make it work. So yeah, we got about 30 miles to go, or 30 minutes, whatever it is. We're in Seminole and we're trying to get to Ada. So I'm gonna enjoy the scenery, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, we've made it to Stonewall, Oklahoma. There's just a little box Nova. So we're about 5 minutes away. All right, here we go. Now we're talking. Look at all these cars. D&H Classics, Stonewall, Oklahoma. Yeah, we're in the right spot now. My goodness. All right, so we got our axle picked up, got it loaded and strapped down. They gave me access to the junkyard and told me to look at whatever I want. So very nice guys to deal with. I will definitely be coming back and checking this place out, and they've got all kinds of stuff, man. So let's get started. So already they've got quite the spread here. I saw this car for sale. Looks to be about, man, I'm not as good on these, but it's like a 77 formula. Pretty sharp looking car. Pretty solid old car. This thing ain't bad. I like the patina on it. Got the old Super Sport Impala. Looks like it took quite the hit. Dang. Automatic. Got us a Scout. Ooh, 67 Le Mans GTO over there. Yeah, here's another Scout. Not a bad looking little rig. Old GTO, it's a 66 or 7, and it's got a door post, which is odd. I haven't never seen any of those. Oh yeah. How cool is that? You guys know I got a soft spot for the little Falcons. Looks like a 61, 62 model. Doesn't look too bad. Patina's pretty cool on it. 67 Chevelle Malibu. Got a 57 Chevrolet with the flame job. Holy moly. It's looking pretty slick. Got the S10 steering wheel on it. Got the Camaro Chevelle shifter. Got the floor delete option. How cool. 64 Chevy Impala. Bel Air Biscayne. Another 69 Chevelle. We don't have a wing window in it, so yeah. And it's got some Camaro front bucket seats. I'll be darned. Man. Look how good those doors shut, man. That's why I love these A-bodies. They're built very well. Got a 442 convertible. I think this is 66. Here we got us a 77 Trans Am. Got the bird, or what's the left of it. T-tops. It's got that nice steering wheel and that good dash in it. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. She's a little beat. Silver with red interior. This is a nice car. It's got the floor delete option as well. $1987. Here's a decent option, blue and white, 72 C10 Cheyenne 355 lug. That's a pretty cool old truck. Got us a 66 Chevy, 65-ish. Not bad. Operating engineers. That's pretty cool. We have a little Ford Carrier. Hey, pupper dogs. What's up, girl? Good boy. That's a cute dog. So they've told me this is a 1969 SS 396. Let's have a look at this thing. So on these Chevelles, we can go with the normal thing on all your super sport cars. Now there are some Malibus that had a 12-bolt rear end, but you know, they had the box control arms, the F41 suspension. Most had disc brakes. But I'll show you one thing probably not a lot of y'all know. So a small block car has a different style steering shaft. It'll be more round and like closed. I'll show you a picture of it. But the big block has more square, stubby looking collar right here. So this car's got a big block steering shaft in it. And also I noticed we've got a clutch pedal and a pivot ball bracket. So that is looking really, really good. And it actually has the factory style hood and everything, which that's really hard to find. However, this one just got a little bit of rust, and I'm pretty sure this would have had disc brakes in it, but somebody's robbed that stuff. And yep, we got the four speed tunnel. We have the clutch pedals, SS 396. Wow, man. And I'm not going to lay under here. You would look for box rear control arms and a 12-bolt rear axle. And we're looking like, looks like it was red. So only super sport cars were orange and yellow. So the 52, that is red lower and red upper. So this is not a factory hugger. I think hugger orange is 72 on the paint code. But still, yeah, the red black interior car is pretty cool. And the 755 is for black interior. Actually, that's a 753, I think. No, it's 55. Took like 3 for a second. Yeah, 755. So yeah, Kansas City built car. Nice. This is definitely, and then the rust, like you can see a little bit on the they're real bad about around the windows. And especially the rear window and that package tray is very, 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 they get rust. Of course, your quarters, which these have been repaired before, but yeah, they usually, all of them have that rust really bad in that area. But so far from what I see, the trunk, yeah, it's rusty. Holly manifold. But yeah, it's definitely worth saving. I mean, people have fixed some horribly rusty cars, and this is, I have one of these, not a Super Sport, but I've got a regular Malibu. They drive good. They're really good cars. So this car definitely needs to be saved. Then we got about a probably 75, 76. Well, it wouldn't be 75 because it's full convertible. But 76, 77 K5. Another Trans Am. Ooh. Here's another Trans Am. Don't know if the old motor's down in it. Yeah, it's got something in there. Automatic. Ooh, it's a little rusty. A little rusty. Pretty cool nonetheless, though. There's a back glass for my Blazer right there. I'm gonna have to ask these guys about that. Probably the whole tailgate. What in the gauge cluster is going on in here? Man, oh man, they got it all. Every kind of square body gauge cluster and headlight surround. That's actually quite a bit of good stuff. That's a good tilt column. Yeah, definitely lots of rat turds. You know, 67 Camaro body, another 67 convertible Chevelle. That's, you don't see very many of those. That'll definitely need to be saved and built. Doesn't have much floor left in it, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is another good one. So there's a 69 Camaro. I don't know if you can see, but it's got stripes on it. We might have to look at this. There's your Corvette 68 through 73. Oh man. Got some clutch pedals. That's pretty cool. Not much left of that one though. That's pretty color though. There's your 65. Well, I'm gonna say El Camino at first, but I'm also kind of gonna want to say it was a cut up 4-door car. What in the hell is this? I've never seen anything quite like that. Good looking dash, got a fan in it. That's pretty cool. It's got a big old heavy front axle with a chain drive steering setup. So that's kind of weird. So it's a rear steer. What in the hell did they make this thing for? It's like a Dana 60 or 70 out of an old truck. Kind of looks military-ish with those wheels. I'd be curious to know what in the heck they use this for. Yep, there's a steering box back here. So yeah, it was a rear steer. How interesting. Hell, the body's in pretty good shape. 65. There's another Scout with the chrome wheels on it. Got the wide mutters. Another Scout, okay. So this one's got the buckets. Those are good seats. Got the, is that what they call the tough wheel? Not a bad rig here. They already got her bondoed up for you. That's pretty cool. Got a taxi cab-ish looking vehicle with a small block Chevy in it with a screaming clutch fan. Ooh, got us a K5 73 or 4. Guys, it's hotter than hell out here today. My goodness. Pretty cool rig. Bacon Chevrolet in Frankston, Texas. Yeah, and as with the 73, 4, and 5 full tops, they are really, really rusty. It's got the roll bar in it. That's pretty cool. Really cool rig. I like that. I like that wood grain two-tone. We got Cadillac row right here. Little 72 Sierra Grande over there. Just cut through. Got our Impala Biscayne. Just cut on through here. It's just something to me to see a 55 Chevrolet. The front end, they just look amazing. I think that's a 56 on top, 57. If you guys are ever out here in a junkyard like this, don't be walking around and jacking with these when they're stacked up. I'm not gonna mess with those, but pretty cool. Here's the Mustangs. And I don't know what it is. I had a hankering to build me like an old 60s model, just ratty road race style stick shift Mustang. You know, keep it all period correct. I don't know. If only I could just find a Mustang. Here's the Camaro alley over here. These year models right here weren't as sought after. I think they look cool, especially that orange one right there. But yeah, they've got quite a collection. There's another Trans Am. It's always neat, Camaro, Mustang. They just go together. Look at those cedar, I guess. Do some seeding with it. Now, that's got a cool paint job on it. SOTC, Southern Oklahoma Technology Center, 04 to 05. So this is on the road. Seems recently to me, but not. Oh, that was 20 years ago. Yep, I'll be darned. Yeah, that one's got a cool paint job on it. The subframe. You used to be able to sell those, and now with all the clips and frames they've got, people don't really buy the subframes as much as they used to. Yeah, that orange was pretty cool. Got a center exhaust system. Here's your 71 Chevelle. Love these. These are my favorite ones. This one has been on fire. This one and this one has no floor in it at all. Still got a short shaft 350 in it though. That's worth snagging up if you need it. Yeah, these cars are really bad about rusting out. Got your Corvette. Now that one still looks like it's had somewhat of a recent paint job on it. See, we got the 10 bolt in it. It's got a sway bar. This could be another Z car as well. And if that's a 342 axle, that may be a decent one to get a hold of. Here's a pretty decent old square body cab. It's a lot of older model cars here. I don't know these as well as the other ones. See a Cadillac cut in half. See a Buick, probably 350, 400. There's an Oldsmobile, Pontiac. You got all three of the BOPs right here. Well, you've heard about the GM model lineup, you know, your Chevrolet, Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac. Well, right here is a great example. We have a 350 Buick engine. We have probably the same size Oldsmobile engine, and then we have a Pontiac. Looks to be a 400 or 350. But what's different about these is you have what they call the BOP transmission bolt pattern. So this will not bolt up to a small block Chevy. It is those three make specific. So Oldsmobile, Pontiac, and Buick use the same style transmission, but from the bell housing back, it's still turbo 350 or turbo 400, but it has to be specific to bolt to those motors. And they're all 2 barrels, so I would imagine these are all 350-inch motors. So, an old model one right there, a Cadillac Escalade, about a, I don't even know these that well, probably 2010. Several of them actually. I don't really know what they got going on back here in the back. Oh yeah, 62 Chevy, Cadillacs. Pretty cool. Here is the 79 Camaro the axle came out of. It was last on the road 1986. Looks like it's silver with blue interior. Got us a Z car. Had a small block. What's left of one. Maybe a few parts still left on this one. There's your G-body top. And what I mean by that is Monte Carlo, Buick Regal, Olds Cutlass, T-top section. There's you a 400 turbo transmission. Now this is pretty cool. 72 Chevy. Suburban. That is really cool. Here's your little 55-ish, 57 Chevrolet pickup. I know my Old Brandon would probably like to look that thing over. That's a pretty cool little setup. Before they had lifts, they drove up on setups like this here. Man, it's crazy how good they built cars. That thing's still solid as a rock. What's that, like a 37, 38? And I'm just guessing on that. Here's your little 48, 49-ish Chevrolet pickup. A two-door Falcon wagon. Now this is something you don't see often, hardly at all. I don't know that I've ever actually even seen one. Now somebody may have made this, I'm not for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these. That is a pretty cool find, I like that. Here's the Chevrolet pickup hideout over here. They got a bunch of them. Excuse me. Yeah, they've got quite a collection. There's another second-gen Camaro. See, I've used to seeing lots of Z28 cars, but you don't hardly see them now. You just see the base models. Little Cheyenne pickup. Is this? Well, it's got the axles missing. You don't see very many black 5-lug Cheyenne pickups. Cheyenne Super 10. Ooh, 400. So this had a big block in it. Yep, and it's a 5-lug. I'll be darned. Yeah, it's kind of a rare find. It may still be in there. Yeah, you don't see these often. All right, so we're back from D&H Classics down in Stonewall, Oklahoma. We got this 10-bolt rear end from this Camaro.